Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Professor Kulbhushan Chandel from Himachal Pradesh University, Shimla. Today we are going to talk on module product life cycle from paper marketing management. Let me just discuss that what we will be learning from this module. We will be defining the concept of product life cycle. We will be understanding the need of product life cycle and we will be explaining the effective uses of product life cycle. We will be describing the process of product life cycle. In today's business world, every product and services has a certain life cycle. The product life cycle is a picture of whole the life of the product, which starts from the launch of the product in the market until its withdrawal and is divided in various phases. The product life cycle is one of the most significant and frequently used concept in the marketing management. Product life cycle act like a key to successful product management. Some company uses strategic planning and others follow the basic rules for product life cycle. The understanding of product life cycle can help a company to understand and realize when it is a time to introduce and withdraw the product from a market. For a company to understand the product life cycle, it needs to understand the different strategies and methodologies. Some of them can be discussed as under. While explaining the meaning of product life cycle, we can just explain it like this, that a sales potential of a product and its profitability changes over time. The product life cycle is the course of a product's sales and profits over its lifetime, and it involves a different stages also. Say the product development stage, the introduction stage, the growth stage, and maturity and decline stage. The product life cycle concept was developed by Theodore Levitt and was popularized by many scholars like C.R. Wasson, B. Cathy, D.J. Luck, D.T. Collett, and R.D. Blackwell, and others. Product life cycle is a theoretical demonstration of the life of a product. A product passes through definite different stages during its lifetime, as human beings have a typical life cycle going from the childhood, then the adolescence, then the youth, and the old age. Thus, product also follow a similar route which is known as the product life cycle. The product life cycle concept shows the sales history of a product in a well-shaped curve, which depicts its life. While defining the product life cycle, we can just have the views of different authors. The art pattern said that life cycle of a product is akin to human life cycle from several angles. Like a man, the product also takes birth, rapid growth, attains the maturity, and then enters the declining stage. Philip Kotler has defined the product life cycle as the product life cycle is an attempt to recognize the distinct stages in the sales history of the product. Sales history passes through 4 stages. These are known as introduction stage, growth stage, maturity stage, and decline stage. The William Stanton said that the product life cycle concept is the explanation of the product from its birth to death, as a product exists in the different stages and in different competitive environments. The study of above definitions of product life cycle indicated that the product is introduced, it grows, it attains the maturity, and then a saturation point comes in the market. Later or sooner, it is bound to enter to its decline stage, and finally it reaches to the stage of obsolescence, the stage when the product loses its distinctiveness and dies out in the market in both sales and profit terms. Features of product life cycle. The main features of product life cycle can be explained as under. Like every human life, the products also have a specified life, divided into various stages of its lifetime. The life cycle starts with the introduction stage of the product in the market and is followed by the growth, maturity, and decline stage. The whole product life cycle depicts the various stages through which a product passes in its whole life. The profitability of the firm also grows with the growth of the product in the market, which is followed by the maturity stage at which the profitability of the product is maximum. Every product has its own life cycle, which is distinct from the life cycle of other products. Even the duration of the product at any particular stage of its life cycle is different from the other products. Stages of product life cycle. Every product passes through 4 different stages. Stage 1 depicts the introduction stage, whereas stage 2 is growth stage. The stage 3 depicts the maturity stage, and stage 4 is a decline stage. All these stages are the stages of product life cycle. These phases exist and are applicable to all products or services from a certain make of automobile to a multi-million lithography tools to 1 rupee capacitors. Stage 1 Market Introduction Stage. It is a stage wherein the product is launched in the market with a full-scale production and marketing programs. The product is new one. The new product means that product which open up in the market and which is new in the market and which replaces an existing product. Because of it, the growth rate is very low. In this stage, there is low profit margin, few direct competitors, high production and distribution costs, limited markets. More emphasis is paid by the company on the advertising and sales promotion activities. The main characteristics of this stage can be explained as under. Low and slow sales. The growth in sales volume is at a lower rate due to lack of knowledge about the products in the customer's mind. Delay in the expansion of production facilities. Delays in making available the products to the consumers due to the lack of retail outlets of the product. Then the high promotional expenses. During this period of introduction of the product, the promotional expenses are highest. This is because of small sales and high promotional efforts to create demand. Demand for the product is created by informing potential and present customers. Highest product prices. The process charged at the beginning is the highest due to its low sales output and very few competitors. There are also some technological problems which are encountered at the launch of the product. Narrow product line. In this stage of product life cycle, the product has only one model and this product line is shorter, and also the market area for the product at the introductory stage is limited. Market growth stage. Once the product is accepted by the market, the next stage comes of the growth in sales of the product. In this stage, the product achieves the considerable approval in the market. The sales and profit increase at an increasing rate in this stage. The main characteristics of this stage may be the rapid increase in sales. In the market growth stage, the sales increases at a rapid rate as the consumers become familiar with the product and they start accepting the product. Moreover, the distribution network of the product is established at this stage. The promotional expenses are heavy and there is a product improvement, and also there is an increase in number of product items in the product line. Then the product improvements. In this stage, the manufacturer improves the product quality and also adds some new features in the product. The length of product line enlarged by introducing the new versions of the product, fulfilling the requirements of different types of the customers. High promotional expenses. In the growth stage, the promotional strategy of the product changes. At this stage, the product is promoted so that the customers identify the product through its brand. Special offers, concessions, and allowances are provided. Increase in the profits. During this stage, the profits of the manufacturers, retailers, and distributors, they are increased at a rapid stage. Then the stage third, market maturity stage. Ultimately, the market becomes saturated as the household's demand is satisfied and the distribution channels are full. Sales level of an overcapacity in the production channel becomes apparent. The greater the cost of production at a level which gives him low unit costs, the product has to face keen competition, which brings pressure on prices. The sales rise at lower rates and profit margin also declines in this stage. The main characteristics of market maturity stage can be explained as under. Sale increases at decreasing rates as most of the demand of the customers are satisfied. The increase in sales level is at decreasing rate. This happens as the demand of repeat sales, competitors enters and prices fall and selling become more aggressive. Moreover, the profits are squeezed. This leads to firm to employ extension strategies, retain their market share. The extension strategies can be development of the new products, new uses of the products, wider range of the products, and development in the style of the products. Normal promotional expenses. During this stage, the promotional expenses reach a normal ratio to sales. Advertising at this stage lays more emphasis on brand promotion. Product modifications. Efforts are made for product modifications. Improvements in marketing mix or product mix becomes apparent. Uniform and lower prices. Prices charged by the manufacturers are quite lower and uniform with competitors. Profit margin decreases. In this stage, prices are lowered and promotional efforts are made aggressive to face competition. This lowers the profit margins of both manufacturers and retailers. Market decline stage. The final stage of the product life cycle is called market decline stage. It is the terminal stage in which the sales begin to fall under the impact of new product competition and changing consumer behavior. The sales and profits fall down sharply and the promotional expenditure has to be cut down. The main characteristics of this stage may be the rapid fall in sales as the product becomes old and the new products are available in the market and there is a change in the trend in the market. People get more interested in buying new products. The sales fall sharply and overproduction of the product becomes a major problem for the company. Further fall in the prices. Due to rapid reduction in sales of the product, the company reduces prices to intensify competition to liquidate the stock. No promotional expenses. Due to the saturation, advertising and sales promotion efforts lose their effectiveness. Therefore, many companies reduces their advertising budget. Distribution network is also reduced to the minimum. Only selected promotional expenses are incurred. The business need to set clear aims and objectives for succeeding in business. The Kellogg Company is the world's leading producer of breakfast cereals and convenience foods such as cereal bars and aims to maintain the position. Product lines include ready-to-eat cereals and nutritious snacks such as cereal bars, rice, and then crispies Special K, Nutrigains, etc. Kellogg has a good position in the market and a great brand name also, and the brand value also. They also have a strong commitment towards the corporate social responsibility. The company divided its market into 6 segments. Kellogg's cornflakes have been on the breakfast table for years, and it represents a tasty start of the day. Other segments include simply wholesome products that are good for consumers, like kashe musli, shape products like Special K, and inner health lines like All Brand, etc. For children, there is a kid preferred and mom approved brands for food recognized by the parents as being good for children. Each brand has to hold its own in the competitive market. Brand manager monitor the success of the brands in terms of market share, growth, and performance against the competition. Key decisions have to be made for those brands which are not succeeding. This is a case of study of Nutrican. It shows how Kellogg's recognized the problems and used various business tools for solving it. The overall aim was relaunching the product in the market and returning to its growth in the market. The decline stays. The sales and profit begin to fall, and the product is gradually replaced by the new inventions. This occurs due to technological advances, changes in the consumer taste, increase in competition, etc. Obsolescence is the last stage. In this stage, the product loses its distinctiveness and dies out in terms of both sales and profit margins. The decline in the sales is permanent, and the product disappears from the market, like kerosene lamps have disappeared from the market. Applications of product life cycle concepts. The concept of product life cycle is highly important tool which is used by marketing managers in market forecasting, planning, and control. Product life cycle helps every firm to establish price, sales forecasting, and other things of their products. There are different areas where product life cycle concepts can be applied. It can be applicable in product pricing. Every firm and manufacturer have a different option regarding price of product. Like some firms follow high price and skim the market strategy. Some follow the low price, means the penetrating strategies, and aimed at greater and more rapid market penetration. The concept of product life cycle can be applicable to the product planning. Every product is the total outcome of the research and development. It is necessary for product because the improvement, remodeling, or elimination of product totally depends upon the product life cycle. Product life cycle concept can also be applicable in the sales forecasting. One of the most important applications of product life cycle is in sales forecasting. While forecasting the sales, the life of the product that always matter to decide the future forecast of the sale of that very product, because it helps to know about future demand for product. Either it will rise or fall. It is helpful for the product control. It becomes an effective tool, controlling tool rather, for the multi-product based firm, because when a single firm offers different number of products, then product life cycle is used by the company to know about the position of their product in the market. The product life cycle is helpful in the advertisement of the product. Product life cycle also tells about the type of product advertising which should be done for the product at different stages. For example, at first stage, the advertising should tell about product availability. At second stage, it should inform the customers about product differentiations. At third stage, it should inform the customers about the product improvements. And at fourth stage, it should inform the customers regarding the grand clearance sales. The product life cycle concepts, they are helpful in sales forecasting. The product life cycle and the study of different stages of product life cycle help in the sales forecasting of the product. It helps in the establishment of cause and effect relationship and helps to arrive at some concrete conclusions. It is helpful as a planning tools wherein we discuss that planning, that deciding in advance what is to be done in future. The study of product life cycle helps in studying the competitors' policies and marketing strategies. It also reveals the effect of their policies and strategies on the sales and products of the enterprise. Helpful as a control tool. Product life cycle is a very helpful tool when the company is producing various products. When simultaneously many products are manufactured by the firm, then all products don't contribute in same proportion to its success. Some might be performing very well and some might be below expectations. So, product life cycle helps in making effective controlling policies for those products whose performance is below standard level. It is helpful as a predictive tool. Product life cycle concepts helps the marketing manager in identifying various problems which a product faces at different stages of its life cycle. Moreover, the product life cycle helps in the timely improvements which can be made in the product so that the old products could be replaced. Finally, it is helpful in the development of new products. Product life cycle concepts helps the marketer to make the necessary plans regarding the improvements, modifications and elimination of product at various stages of the product life cycle. It helps in studying the change in needs, habits, tastes, attitudes of the customers. So the students, let's know and summarize what we have learned from this module. We have learned that in today's business world, every product and service has a certain life cycle. The product life cycle is a picture of whole life of the product, which starts from the launch of the product in the market until its final withdrawal, and it is divided in various phases. The product life cycle, or PLC, is one of the most significant and frequently used concept in the marketing management. Product life cycle act like a key to successful product management. Some companies use strategic planning and others follow the basic rules for product life cycle. The understanding of a product life cycle can help a company to understand and realize when it is time to introduce and withdraw a product from the market. A sale potential of a product has its profitability changes over a time. The product life cycle is the course of a product sales and profits over its lifetime, and it involves 5 distinct stages. That they are the product development, the introduction, the growth, maturity, and decline. The product life cycle concept was developed by Professor Theodore Levitt, as we have discussed earlier, and later on was popularized by many authors. They said that product passes through definite different stages during its lifetime as the human being have the typical lifestyle or typical life cycle going from the childhood to the adolescence, then to the youth and the old age. Thus the product also follow the similar route, which is known as a product life cycle. The PLC concept shows the sales history of the products in a well-shaped curve which depicts its life. While summarizing it, say whatever we have learned from this very module, we can say that after reaching the saturation point, the product reaches to the decline stage. Say before going to the different other stages, the sales and profit begin to fall at the last stage, and the product is gradually replaced by the new inventions. This occurs due to the technological advancement, changes in the consumer taste, and increase in the competition, etc. Obsolescence is the final stage when we have discussed in the product life cycle. In this stage, product loses its distinctiveness. The decline in the sales is the permanent, and the product disappear from the market, like kerosene lamps, and have disappeared from the market. The concept of product life cycle is having highly importance and is a highly important tool which is used by the marketing manager in market forecasting, planning, and control. Product life cycle helps every firm to establish price, sales forecasting, and their products. There are different areas where product life cycle concept are used regarding product pricing, regarding product planning, and so on. They say the sale forecasting and the product control. The product life cycle and the study of different stages of product life cycle in the sales forecasting of the product helps in establishing the cause and effect relationship, and helps to arrive at various concrete decisions. Dear students, we have also came to know from this very particular module that product life cycle helps the marketer to make the necessary plans regarding the improvements, regarding the modifications and elimination of the product at various stages of product life cycles. It helps in studying the changes in needs, habits, tastes, and attitude of the customers.